Hey, folks. If you're someone who loves a good story, especially those that mix action, mystery, and a touch of danger, then you're in the right place. Today, we're taking a trip back in time, straight to the 1930s, a period when gangsters ruled the streets of America's big cities. These guys, with their sharp suits, luxury cars, and unique codes of honor, weren't just known for their bold moves, but also for the weapons they carried. Yes, those pieces that became true icons of an era where the law of the strongest prevailed. Now, think with me. What makes a weapon become the favorite of such iconic figures? Could it be the precision, the firepower, or maybe the sheer intimidation it conveys? That's exactly what we're going to explore today. You'll discover which 6 weapons were the most popular among these characters, who left their mark on the history of crime. But before we dive into this fascinating world, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel because there's a lot of good stuff coming your way that you won't want to miss. Let's start with a true legend, the Thompson submachine gun, also known as the Tommy gun. This was the favorite toy of gangsters, and it's not hard to see why. With its ability to fire a rain of bullets in seconds, the Tommy gun became a symbol of power and terror in the hands of crime bosses. This gun, with its drum magazine, had an intimidating look that sent shivers down the spine of even the bravest. It was common to see these guys enter the scene with one of these in hand, ready to dominate any situation. Moreover, its ease of handling and durability made this submachine gun an obvious choice for those living on the edge of the law. In movies and real life, the image of gangsters armed with a Tommy gun is iconic. The gun became even more popular thanks to the cinema, where it became a symbol of mafia films. However, this fame wasn't just because of the big screen. In real life, the Thompson was as deadly as it looked. It could fire up to 700 rounds per minute, making any confrontation a true bloodbath. It's no wonder it was nicknamed the Lady of Death among outlaws. If we look at the history of the time, we can understand why gangsters were so fascinated by this weapon. The Tommy gun allowed them to have firepower comparable to that of police and military forces, but with the mobility they needed for their clandestine operations. This made it a strategic choice, as well as a tool of intimidation and respect. With one of these in hand, a gangster didn't need many words to impose their authority. Another weapon that cannot be left out of this list is the Colt M1911, the famous Trezoatao. This semi-automatic pistol was one of the gangsters' favorites for its reliability and firepower. It was compact, easy to conceal, and above all lethal. It was the gun they carried everywhere, ready to be used at any moment. With its .45 caliber, the Colt M1911 had a devastating impact, capable of taking down an opponent with a single shot. And that's exactly why it became one of the most feared and respected weapons of that era. Besides its destructive power, the M1911 also stood out for its durability and simplicity of maintenance. In a world where a gangster's life could change in the blink of an eye, having a reliable weapon at hand made all the difference. This pistol was so robust that it continued to be used by the American Armed Forces for decades, proving its efficiency and relevance. In the 1930s, the Colt M1911 was synonymous with power and security. Gangsters trusted it as if it were an extension of their own hands. The mere act of drawing one of these made any enemy think twice before acting. Without a doubt, the M1911 was one of the weapons that most marked the history of organized crime, and to this day, it is remembered as one of the most iconic pistols of all time. If the conversation is about weapons that inspire respect, the Remington Model 870 cannot be left out. This short-barreled rifle was a common choice among gangsters, who needed an impactful weapon in close-quarter combat. With a robust design and overwhelming firepower, the Remington Model 870 was used in situations where the goal was to ensure the enemy had no chance of response. This weapon was known for its accuracy and the damage it could cause, making it an indispensable tool for operations where brute force was necessary. What set the Remington apart from other weapons was its versatility. It could be loaded with a variety of ammunition, from multiple-shot shells to higher-impact projectiles. This gave the user the flexibility to adapt the weapon as the situation demanded. Moreover, its quick reload capability allowed gangsters to maintain the advantage in intense confrontations, where every second counted. In criminal circles, the Remington Model 870 was more than just a weapon. It was a symbol of power and control. Anyone on the other side of this gun's sight knew they wouldn't have much time to react. And that's why, to this day, it is remembered as one of the most efficient and feared tools in the history of organized crime. Speaking of precision and reliability, the Smith & Wesson Model 10 was the weapon of choice for many gangsters of the time. This .38 caliber revolver was famous for its perfect balance between size, weight, and firepower. It was the ideal weapon for those who needed something discreet, but that wouldn't fail at the critical moment. The Model 10 was known for its mechanical simplicity and being extremely easy to handle, making it a popular choice among gangsters who couldn't afford to have a weapon that jammed in a crucial moment. The accuracy of this revolver was legendary. With it, gangsters could hit targets with extreme precision, even in high-pressure situations. Additionally, its ability to fire rapidly earned it the trust of those who needed a weapon that delivered results without complications. It was the kind of weapon that fit perfectly in the quick and stealthy operations that gangsters carried out. The Smith & Wesson Model 10 also had the advantage of being easy to conceal, allowing gangsters to carry it without drawing attention, but always ready to be used. This revolver not only became a symbol of efficiency, but also of status within the world of crime. Owning a Model 10 meant being prepared for any situation, and that was exactly what gangsters needed. Last but definitely not least, we have the Browning automatic rifle, better known as BAR. This weapon was the true monster of the gangster's arsenal. With its ability to fire bursts of bullets with deadly precision, the BAR was used in situations where mass destruction was the goal. This weapon, with its .30-06 caliber, could penetrate walls, cars, and anything in its path, making it the ideal choice for attacks on rivals or direct confrontations with the police. The BAR was a heavy and difficult weapon to handle, but in the hands of an experienced gangster, it became a true war machine. This weapon was used in ambushes and shootouts where gangsters needed an overwhelming advantage over their enemies. The BAR's firepower was so devastating that, many times, gangsters could win entire battles with just one of these weapons in action. This was one of the weapons that left its mark on the history of gangsters. Its ability to cause unprecedented damage made it a legend among the criminals of the time. And so, with the BAR, we close our list of the 6 favorite weapons of gangsters in the 1930s. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment below which of these weapons you found most interesting. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.